What's going on, everyone? Lucas Jensen here, and in this video I'm going to show you the 5 wildly profitable Facebook ad secrets that you can use to scale your painting business. So by the end of this video, if you are a painting contractor, you're going to get the top 5 strategies that my team and I actively use to scale our painting company partners every single week. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Lucas Jensen and I run a marketing agency specifically for painting contractors called Forward Media Marketing. So right now, collectively between all of our clients, we generate them on a weekly basis, anywhere between $800,000 all the way up to $1.1 million every single week between all of our clients. And we do this for them on a weekly basis just through Facebook ads and Google ads. So if you're running a painting business and you're looking to get more leads, more sales, and scale your painting business while dominating your local market, then this video is for you. So secret number 1 when it comes to running Facebook ads for your painting business is to first nail your targeting. So what exactly do I mean by this? Essentially what I mean in simple terms is, who do you want to see your actual ads? And you could kind of pull this back a little bit by making sure that the people that see your ads are number 1 in your actual area of operation. So for example, if you're running a painting business in New York, you don't want people from California to see your ads because it'll be a little bit hard to sell all the way out there in California. You want people that are actually within your area of operation to be seeing your ads. Now you can go very, very specific when it comes to Facebook ads. Typically what we like to use is zip code targeting. So essentially what we do is we use our good friend ChatGPT to ask what are the top 10 to 15 to maybe even 25, depending on the client's budget, what are the top 10 zip codes in terms of average household income in their specific area. So you go to ChatGPT, you'd ask them, and then they spit out a list of 10 or 15 or 25, however many zip codes you're looking for. They spit out that list, and then you take that list and you plug it into Facebook. So now what you're doing is that everybody that sees that ad are going to be living in or recently in those specific zip codes. So that way you can make sure you're fishing in the right pond, because everybody knows you don't go fishing in a pond full of bass and expect to catch a tuna. Now, also what we've tested in terms of nailing the targeting is not just geographically, but also demographically and psychographically. So essentially what demographic is who are the types of people in those specific areas that you actually want to see your ads. Things like ages, genders, you could even do, specific salaries, stuff like that. Now, in terms of the psychographics, what you can actually do is target specific interests. So people that had an active interest in searching for house painting or contracting or remodeling or interior designing, things like that, you could do interest-based targeting and target that psychographic for that people in that specific area. Typically, those are the 3 levers we like to actually pull in order to make sure that we're targeting the right people. Is geographic, we like to make sure we're in the right area of operation so that when you get a lead, you can make sure that you can actually get to that lead and close that lead. Number 2 is the age. Really what we like to do is target anywhere from 35 to 65 plus. Why we do that is because I don't know about you, but I don't know many 18-year-olds that could afford to buy a house, let alone paint their house. So we want to cut out that fluff right off the bat and make sure that we're targeting people that can afford your services. So that's why we go from 35 at the minimum all the way up to 65 plus, just because Facebook actually has a limitation where you can only do 65 plus. So that way you're hitting the 70-year-olds, 75-year-olds, 80-year-olds. Now, of course, the only caveat of that is that you might be targeting a 90-plus-year-old person who, I don't know about you, but my grandfather doesn't know Facebook too well. So what that might lead into is lower quality leads entering into your pipeline. However, the 65 to 75 age range, based on our history, is a very high converting audience size because physically speaking, they're not willing to do the projects themselves. So secret number 1 is to nail your targeting. So make sure you're targeting the right area with the right people and targeting the right interests. Secret number 2 to wildly profitable Facebook ads for your painting business is captivating creatives. Now, the creatives are the actual images or videos that actually appear within your ad itself. Now, there's an old saying that goes, you promote what you permit. And when it comes to the creative side of the actual Facebook ads, the creatives are the most highly leveraged aspect of your Facebook ads, which ultimately can lead to the right people coming in or the wrong people coming in. So in your business, if you permit the use of bad creatives, you're going to promote the idea of bad leads entering into your sales pipeline. And that whole promote what you permit kind of situation is not just applicable to creatives, but ultimately any aspect of your business, right? If you have an employee that shows up late continuously to every single project that you have, you are promoting that type of behavior. You promote what you permit. So when it comes to Facebook ads, if you permit the use of good creatives being run on your ad campaigns, you will promote the idea of good leads coming to your sales pipeline. So the second secret of Facebook ads for your painting business to really nail it and dominate your local market is to please make sure you are using good creatives and you're not just using stock images of some painter painting a wall that I'm sure we've all seen, or standing outside on a roof, painting the exterior of a stucco. It's about actually making good content that really resonates with your homeowners. And what we've typically seen is we have the most success when we have clients in front of the video. Now we call these COVs, client on videos. So what we typically do on the COVs is have our clients pick up their phone in selfie style and record a video calling out, hey, XYZ homeowners. Now XYZ, of course, is going to be the city or town that you're operating in. And what that's going to do is if there is a homeowner living in that specific area and they see that ad, it's going to be speaking to them. Plus the Facebook algorithm is so strong that it can analyze your content and begin showing it to people that will most likely align with. Now I know, of course, that producing good content and launching that specifically as an ad for your painting company could be a little bit overwhelming. So what I've done for you is right below this video, I've included a free content toolkit that you can just swipe and deploy that shows some of our top performing ads for our clients' painting businesses, along with different scripts and videos and examples that you can use and replicate for your business that you can launch out and have the confidence that this is a proven process. Now, these are a lot of the same creatives that we use for our clients to generate that extra $800,000 to $1.1 million per week collectively between all of our clients. When it comes to Facebook ads, things are continuously changing, but what this will do is put you in the right direction to content that actually succeeds and performs very, very well with a proven track record on Facebook. So again, if you want the link to that content toolkit, it's completely 100% free. All you got to do is click the link that's in the description of this video, grab your free copy, and let's continue on with the video. Secret number 3 to wildly profitable Facebook ads for your painting business is to have the right destination for the ads themselves. Now, what I mean by that is, great, you launched a beautiful ad targeted at the right people. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to like your page, send you a message, compliment you on your new haircut? Yes, you may want them to compliment you on your new haircut, but ultimately what you want is you want a lead. So when it comes to running Facebook ads, typically the lead destination that we see with the most success is lead forms. Now, the reason we do this and we don't send people to a landing page or ask for a call now or whatnot is we believe that keeping people actually on the platform itself, Facebook will boost that in the algorithm and provide you with lower CPMs, which is cost per mil, which is essentially the cost that it takes to reach over 1,000 people with your ads. So if you think about that concept in general, Facebook spends billions and billions on their algorithm to essentially get people to stay on it as much as they can. So why would they reward a painting company that's deliberately sending people off their algorithm just for a few dollars in ad spend? Now, yes, of course, Facebook wants to make money, but we've always found the most success with keeping people on their platform and just having the lead form as the lead capture for the actual ads. And if you don't know what a lead form is, it's essentially if people are scrolling or sliding or whatever they're doing on their phone on social media and they see your ad and they click it, it's going to prompt them to fill out a form directly on Facebook. It's going to ask, you could ask for things like their full name, their postal code, their email, their phone number, even their exact street address, project timelines, what services they're looking for. There's ultimately no limitation to what type of information you can ask. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you with the 6 different types of information that we usually use for our clients to ask for the lead for their information, which leads to the most success with their Facebook ads. So the first thing that we ask for is what service the lead is looking for. We want to be able to diagnose whether this is an interior, an exterior, cabinet refinishing, or what type of service, because we want to set your appointment setter or your office admin up with the most success. And by gathering more information on the actual project themselves, they'll have a higher likelihood of sending that lead into an appointment. Now, the second thing we ask for on the lead form is the project timeline. Now, why we ask this essentially is just to get a pulse check on the lead's timeline for the project. Is it something more urgent, or is it something they're looking just to, gather some quotes on and put off until the new year, for example? So on the project timeline question that we provide within the lead form, we provide 4 different options that the lead can select. The first one is ASAP, right? If a client fills this out and they have ASAP as a selection, we know that this is a very hot lead. And what this tells our clients is call that lead as soon as possible and get them on the schedule. The second option is 1 to 4 weeks. This is like someone that's, really on the border of making a final decision, but they still may need to gather a few quotes here and there. The third option within the project timeline question is 4 to 8 weeks. What this does is it's a lead that's kind of, they've thought about the idea, they've thrown it around a few times, and now they're just like pushing the project off a little bit and can still convert into a project pretty shortly. And lastly, the fourth question, which really gives a good pulse check or attempt check on the actual lead quality itself, is 8+ weeks. Now, I don't know about you, but when I really want something or need something done, I'm not going to want to wait 8+ weeks. I'd rather pay a little bit more and get something done sooner. So when our clients see a lead that has 8+ weeks as the project timeline, we know that this is someone that's more likely going to be a tire kicker or a price shopper, and we can almost kind of weed them out or put them on a long-term nurture sequence, because we know that maybe this isn't a lead that really needs it done right now and they're just into gathering quotes, or there was something specific about your ad that stood out to them and they want to fill in their information to get more information. Now, the last 4 questions that we ask the lead in order to gather their information is, of course, their full name, their phone number, their email, and their zip code. What this is going to allow us to do is obviously be able to set this up and send this into a CRM and automate the follow-ups. However, the zip code question is not required, but we ask that still because we want to gather even more information. We don't ask for street addresses or specific, apartment numbers or whatnot, just because people on Facebook have a very, very high barrier of trust, meaning it's going to take a lot to persuade them, and people are not that prone just to give a random company they just saw their Facebook ads all of their information. However, when it comes to a painting business, I know you need that information to show up for an estimate. We found the most success is when we gather a smaller amount of information that provides you enough contact information to be able to call the lead, and then on that phone call itself, you pre-qualify the lead to set the appointment, and then you gather even more crucial information that you may require from the lead, like the address, the budget, everything else in between. So to recap, once we nail your targeting and the right people are seeing your ads, we want to make sure that they're seeing the right thing within your ads, and then we have the right destination. That's why we use the lead forms, so we can properly capture the information and turn them actually into a lead. Now, secret number 4 to wildly profitable Facebook ads is to know your numbers. Similar to how if you were trying to lose weight, you would want to keep a pulse check on your weight and monitor that over time. If you're looking to scale your Facebook ads, you want to make sure you're tracking your numbers and know what numbers to track in order to see if an ad is successful or not. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different numbers that we as marketers track, such as, click-through rates, cost per mil, things like that. However, in just a bird's eye overview, the 4 numbers you really want to look at to make sure an ad's successful is number 1, the budget, number 2, the duration, number 3, the conversions, number 4, the cost per conversion. Now, these aren't the numbers in order of priority, but these are just the 4 numbers that you should be looking at in whole for your Facebook ads. So the first one is budget. And the reason we have this here is we want to make sure that you're giving enough fuel to the fire and you're not slimming down on budgets when you should be scaling them. Now, obviously, the more you scale them and the more you spend, the more leads you'll get if they're done properly. But also, if you're not spending enough, that could hinder the learning phase, which could lead to the wrong types of leads coming in, and your Facebook ads just aren't officially optimized if you're not giving them enough budget. So no less than $20 per day is the recommended minimum that we provide for our clients. Now, in terms of the maximum number that you should be spending, there is ultimately no maximum. It's whatever you're comfortable with spending in terms of budget. However, at one point, you will begin to see a diminishing return because your ads will enter into creative fatigue a whole lot faster. But truthfully, our clients' budgets in ad spend range anywhere from $1,000 per month all the way up to $20,000 per month for Facebook ads, and we have not yet hit that point of diminishing returns. Number 2 is duration. We want to make sure when you launch an ad, you're giving it enough time to begin to optimize and surpass that learning phase, because once you do, then the ads are just going to get better and better and better over time up until the point where it hits creative fatigue. But if you're spending $20 a day and you have an audience size of, say, 100,000 people, it's going to take a lot of days to reach creative fatigue with that audience. So let's say when you first launch your ads and you go 3 days at $20 per day and you haven't gotten any results yet, which is $60 spent, do not turn them off. Give it at least 7 days to 14 days in order to optimize. Now, yes, you may not get leads, but at least you've given it enough time to begin optimizing. Because when you first launch a brand new ad campaign, Facebook goes into a learning mechanism, which means that it's trying to understand who to show your ad to. And the more time you give it, the better and better it's going to be at getting more precise with their ads. So once you launch it, make sure to just give it a little bit of time, depending of course on how much budget. The more you spend, the faster learning phase is going to be, but make sure you give it a little bit of time and you're not coming down too quickly on it, and just give it a little bit of patience, because I promise you the results will come in if you're launching the right thing at the right people. It may just take a little bit of time. The third metric that you want to track with your Facebook ads is, of course, the amount of conversions. You want to check how many actual leads are coming in throughout the duration. But to go even further on the actual conversion is you want to also check out your lead to estimate ratio and your estimate to book job ratio, just so that you can track your actual cost per lead, your cost per appointment, and also your cost per acquisition for your marketing source. And then when it comes to the overall booking percentage, we like to have our clients sitting at 50%. So 40% at the minimum for lead to estimate, and then 50% for estimate to close job. Now, of course, this is going to vary from client to client, right? If a client has a very, very good appointment setting process or a very good office admin dialed in on setting those leads, their set rate will be substantially higher compared to an owner operator that's just trying to do it themselves because they don't have the time to, because they're running from project to project, putting out fire to fire. So of course, we measure those different things and kind of take it case by case. However, 40% is our typical minimum for the appointment setting rate. And then the fourth metric that you should be tracking with your Facebook ads is the cost per lead. Now, truthfully speaking, it really depends on where you're running your ads. For example, a city with a much higher population that's a lot more urbanized is typically going to have a higher cost per lead. And that's more likely due to the overall tourism in that area. For example, Miami has a lot of tourists, which Facebook has removed the opportunity for you to target people just living in, and it's actually provided the opportunity to people living in or recently in, which means a tourist that's visiting the city could likely see your ads. So when it comes to cost per lead, we like to set a benchmark of anywhere from $50 to $70. Now, of course, we have some very, very high performers. And then on the contrary, on the higher end, we also have some clients that on average get anywhere from like $90 to $100 cost per lead. So yes, those numbers are a little bit high, but that client also has a very, very high set rate, which means that their cost per appointment is very low and their cost per acquisition is also very low. So ultimately, there is no right answer into what is the cost per lead that you should expect. Now, typically within our company, the metrics that we like to hit in terms of cost per lead is anywhere from $40 to $60 per lead. Now, there are, of course, a few exceptions of that rule. Some clients have, very, very low cost per lead. Some have a little bit higher cost per lead, but on average, our clients can expect anywhere from $40 to $60 cost per lead. So to recap, the 4 metrics that you should be looking at in order to predict the success of your Facebook ads in just a brief overview is the budget. Make sure you're giving enough budget. Duration, make sure you're running your ads long enough. Number 3 is the conversions. Make sure that you are getting a good amount of conversions from your ads. And number 4 is the cost per lead. Make sure that you have a good benchmark set up for your Facebook ads and a number that you can actually follow. So if you surpass that, then it's an immediate kill of the ads and you can relaunch something else in order to get it below that benchmark. And again, at our company, we have a $40 to $60 cost per lead. Now, of course, I don't expect you to get that lead right off the bat if you are trying to do it yourself, just because we do this every single day and we know it works, and we have like over 100 different data points of different accounts that we can use and reflect on in order to optimize. But if you're getting a solid cost per lead of even below $80, I would say keep it going and just keep trying to maximize and get that lower and lower and lower the more you have them running. But if you're looking at outsourcing your marketing and getting a pipeline full of high quality leads, then definitely check us out at fwdmediamarketing.com. That's fwdmediamarketing.com. And just to make it easy for you, the link is going to be below this description. So if you're at all interested in seeing any of the ads or anything that we can offer to help you propel your business and get you more leads and sales, then hit the link below and one of our team members will be happy to dive in and help diagnose and create a marketing game plan for you to build your business and scale your painting company this year. Secret number 5 to have wildly profitable and wildly successful Facebook ads is speed to lead. Now, this is a very, very important metric, and ultimately, this actually has nothing to do with Facebook ads in general. What this has to do is your appointment setting process, because the faster you can get in touch with a lead, the higher likelihood you have of booking into an estimate and further into a job. So there's a study out there that shows that 78% of consumers buy from the very first company that gets into contact with them. And to go even further on that, there's another study that shows that people are 391% more likely to buy from someone if you contact them within the first 5 minutes. So again, the 5th secret to Facebook ads actually has nothing to do with Facebook ads at all. What it has to do is the actual speed and the approach that you take to get that lead even further down the sales pipeline. Because let's say that you checked off the first 4 things I listed in this video. You nailed your targeting, you had amazing creatives, you had the right lead destination, and you were tracking your numbers, but you were just taking 2 days to get back to a lead, you likely will not be converting that lead into a sale. So whenever we onboard a new client, we always set them up with a CRM if they don't already have one. So if you have a CRM, great, you're a step ahead. If you don't have a CRM, we highly recommend Drip Jobs. If you don't know what Drip Jobs is, it's a CRM specifically for contractors. So whenever we have a client come in, we set them up with that because anybody that signs up for Drip Jobs gets automatic text and email automations for any lead that comes into the sales pipeline. You also get production rates, everything. So we highly recommend Drip Jobs because when we have a new client, we make sure that that 5th box is checked by making sure that there's automated text and email sequences going out to a lead so we can capitalize on that speed to lead. So if you're interested in checking out Drip Jobs, we have a 14-day free trial. Just click the link below and sign up for Drip Jobs. Sign up for your free 14-day free trial and you'll reap the benefits for your painting company. So to recap, the 5 wildly profitable Facebook ad secrets for your painting businesses. Number 1 is to nail your targeting. Number 2 is to have captivating creatives. Number 3 is to have the right lead destination. Number 4 is to track your numbers. And number 5 is to have speed to lead. If you check all of these boxes off, you're showing your ads to the right people at the right time. You have the right creatives. You're showing them the right thing. Number 3 is you're also sending them to the right destination. You're getting them to take the right action on your ads. And then number 4, you're tracking your numbers to make sure that they're consistently growing at a profitable rate. And then you're following up with the leads. You will have a ton of success with Facebook ads for your painting company. So if you're looking at growing your painting business this year, click the link below. Our team and I will prove to you that we follow these 5 steps by following step number 5, and we'll have speed to lead, and we'll be in touch with you very shortly so that we can set you in the right direction and help you grow your painting business this year. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name is Lucas Jensen. I am the owner and founder of Ford Media Marketing, and we are the #1 marketing agency that's around for painting contractors. So if you're running a painting business and you're looking at getting more leads and sales and dominating your local market, definitely reach out to us. The link is going to be below this video, and we'll be in touch soon. Have a great day.